Citizens of America, today is the long walk.
Warning! Warning 70! I can't take it anymore!
Today is a great day for all of America.
Hey guys, Sam here. This is a book review. And we're reviewing a Stephen King novel. That novel is The Long Walk. This is a very good book. It's one of the best Bachman books from the two I've read, which is, of course, The Long Walk and The Running Man. The Running Man was good too, but The Long Walk, I mean, it's a good story. So today we're gonna sit down and I'm gonna tell you all about it in this review. Let's get started. A brief summary from the novel. In the near future, America has become a police state, and every year on the 1st of May, there is a competition known as the Long Walk, where 100 teenage boys ages 13 to 18 start at the Canadian border and have to start walking at 4 miles per hour, which is a very fast speed walk. If they drop below 4 miles per hour, they get a warning. 30 seconds in between each one. So, your first warning, 30, 60, 90, and then they are shot dead. The winner will receive whatever he wants for the rest of his life. Now, let's talk about the history of this book, and I will give you my thoughts on the book. Background of The Long Walk. Carrie was King's first published novel, but it was not the first novel he had ever written. The Long Walk is believed to be the first novel King had ever wrote while he attended the University of Maine from 1966 to 1967. He actually entered it in a first novel competition and lost, and so he was sad and distraught. He stashed The Long Walk away for many years until one day his agent called him and said they wanted the next book for Richard Bachman to publish. He put it out after Rage, and side note, Rage was actually pulled from print, the reason being it was about a school shooting, and many school shootings were actually associated with Rage, so they pulled it from print. But he put it out after Rage, and I guess it did okay for its time, but eventually it just fell into nothingness, I guess. It's one of his underrated novels, and it's actually a very special little gem. I listened to the book on Audible because of my eyesight, but I asked my brother to give me a physical copy just for this review. Anyway, moving on. The story is very good. Before I get on to my actual review, I do want to tell y'all a little more about it. King was also inspired by 50-mile hikes on the radio, and he actually participated in one of these 50-mile hikes, and that's where he got the idea for The Long Walk, but he didn't complete the hike. He fell out after 20 miles. Thoughts on the book. My review. Before we move on with the actual review, I want to take this time to let you know that this was published in the 70s when King was dealing with substance abuse, and he wrote this book while he was high. And when King wrote his books while he was high, he wrote some inappropriate stuff in them. But, of course, it's an adult novel, so of course he did. There is no nudity in this. and there is some talk of sex, and there's one inappropriate scene in here that I will not mention. I'm just going to say this. I read the book when I was 12. I had no problems or issues with these scenes or this talk because I am mature. If your child is mature enough, I feel like they can read The Long Walk. If your child is about 13 or 14, The Long Walk is fine. And I'm going to just say this. Talk of this inappropriate stuff should not ruin your experience with a book. I get that you might not like that stuff, but you skip it and move on, which is what I did. I listened to it on Audible, so it's easily skippable. Just press the 10-second forward button. That's it. Anyway, on to the review. Oh, I also forgot to mention how the boys are, killed and even monitored. So there are soldiers on half-tracks, armed to the teeth, with heavy rifles. They monitor your speed on a computer that's wirelessly connected to the inside of the half-track, and they hold little pocket chronometers to track your speed. If you go under 4 miles per hour, you have 30 seconds to get back up, otherwise you'll get your first warning. Then your second at the next 30 seconds, your third at the next 30 seconds, and then eventually at 120 seconds, aka 2 minutes, you are shot dead. Your 2-minute timer starts ticking down once you drop below speed. You also want to be careful of what you say because you're also on live TV, and they have specially trained microphones to hear what you're saying, so you better not be planning a revolution. You better not be planning a revolution! America! Okay, guys, with that out of the way, let me tell you my thoughts on the book. This is a very good story. It flies by and it is very quick. I listened to this book within 2 or 3 weeks on Libby, because I got this book on Audible in 2023, but I read the book in 2022. I listened to it with Libby, which is a library thing, and I eventually got it on Audible. I listened to it again, and I decided I'm going to make a film adaptation of this. Because here's the thing. The Long Walk has never had a film adaptation. There was supposed to be one in 1988 with horror director George Romero directing, but he never got to the adaptation, and the rights eventually lapsed back to King. And then in the 2000s, Frank Darabont, director of The Green Mile and The Shawshank Redemption, as well as Stephen King's The Mist, said he was going to direct an adaptation of The Long Walk, and he said he would get to the adaptation eventually after he finished The Mist. But he never did, and the rights again lapsed to King. In 2018, New Line Cinema and Warner Brothers said that they were going to make an adaptation of The Long Walk with Andre Overdahl, director of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, directing. This adaptation was going kind of smoothly until Overdahl left the project in 2023 and the rights elapsed. In November 2023, Lionsgate, the company who made the Hunger Games films, said they were going to make an adaptation of The Long Walk with the Hunger Games director Francis Lawrence. Gotta get these names right. Francis Lawrence directing. So far, they have gotten 2 cast members to play Raymond Garrity and Peter McRees. Cooper Hoffman as Ray Garrity, and then another one as Peter McRees. I forgot the kid's name. So the adaptation with Lionsgate is actually going pretty smoothly, which is very good. I myself am making my own film adaptation of The Long Walk. It's going to be a very low budget film. It's going to be about 30 hours, and me and my friends are doing it not to make money, not to get views, but just for fun. So that adaptation should probably come out next year. I'm not really sure though, because it is kind of hard to do when your friends are really busy over the summer. This book is very good, and before I end the review, I will read you one of the parts from the book. So in the book, there are these like little notes from the dictator, the major. Oh, I want to tell y'all about some of the characters too. Let's start off with our main character, Raymond Garrity, number 47. Great character. He makes a lot of friends along the way, and he actually wants to win this competition to get money for his family and to make his dad proud. Peter McVries, very funny guy, very good friend. Arthur Baker, the stereotypical Southern boy, like me. I'm joking. He is Southern. He's a very nice man. Very nice. Hank Olson, who I'm playing in my adaptation, is like the class clown, basically. Number 88, Stebbins, also very good. He's quiet for most of the book until the end. There's a shocking thing at the end with Stebbins, but I'm not going to reveal it to you just because of spoilers. And then Gary freaking Barkovich. Hate this character. Good character because I hate him. You're supposed to hate him. That's how King wrote him. But I hate this character. He's so annoying. Like, I just want to... Anyway, Collie Parker. He, very good guy. Well, he's the stereotypical jock who bullies everyone, but he does something cool. Again, spoilers, so I'm not going to tell you. Okay, so I want to read you a note from chapter 18 of the book. This doesn't spoil the ending, I promise you. King actually wrote these little notes in the book before each chapter. So here. I proclaim this year's long walk at an end. Ladies and gentlemen, citizens, behold your winner. And that is from the Major, the dictator of America. This book is gripping, it is disturbing, it is heartwarming at times because of the bond between each and every one of the boys. It is shocking, and one of your favorite characters most likely will die. This book is amazing. I recommend it for children 13 and up. Mind you, I'm going to remind you, I read this book when I was 12. I had already learned everything I need to know about every inappropriate thing that was talked about in this book. I was mature enough to read it. This book is for ages 13 and up. So yeah, that is my review of The Long Walk, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day, you constant readers. Okay, that book review is done. Now I need to move on to the...
Warning! Warning, Samuel Remy.
I'm sorry.
Final
I'm sorry.
warning,
I'll
Samuel Remy.
I'll get back.